Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday Show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you. Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. This pre-match show has been built up to a pre-season friendly Ibrox versus St Étienne. Join myself, Oxshire, on the show this evening is Robert. Evening, Robert.
Evening, Ox. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Quite looking forward to it. The phony football's finished. The real football's beginning to start, mate. So, looking forward to hearing the team. Looking forward to seeing we line up. Looking forward to welcome Derek McInnes to Glasgow Rangers as manager. And looking forward to seeing a couple of players that we've maybe not seen, some for a while and some new, mate.
Aye, certainly, mate. It's a good evening for a game of football. And as you said, it's good to be able to get the fans in the stadium tonight. Welcome Derek McInnes as Rangers manager, officially first game at Ibrox. Sure, he, along with a few players in that dressing room, will be buzzing to play the occasion. It is a friendly, but again, playing at Ibrox, you want to cherish every moment. And it will be interesting, as you say, mate, to see who starts, how he sets it up, how the formation looks. And I'm sure it's going to look a better fit than this stage last year, as we've already touched on in previous shows.
Listen, the Rangers Radio five-a-side team looked a better fit than we did last year.
And they were never fit.
Look, I believe you've got the teammate. And by the way, we're not avoiding any of the subjects that's broke. I think it's right we leave them for the right time, mate. Yeah?
Yeah, certainly, mate.
Stories broke, but we'll concentrate in the game as much as we can, at least pre-match, mate, yes?
Absolutely, mate. It is about the game. And as you say, there is a game to be played first and foremost.
Yeah, right. Got the team, brother?
Certainly do, mate. Tonight's team is Pandur, McCrory, Fernandez, Godfrey, Romans, Chukwani, Neil, Diamondi, Curtis, Shankland and Chermiti. The substitutes are Kelly, Maguire, Asgard, Bairami, Cameron, Devlin, Antman, Enciala, Nadiri, Sterling, Gassama, Miofsky, Hutton, McCausland and Incio. And Ben Godfrey is tonight's captain.
I missed the subs. Can you read them out again?
Kelly, Maguire.
No,
a full team, mate. A full team. And a few spare.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I should have known for that one.
1-0. And it's only started. It's only pre-season as well.
Good job. It's still the warm-up.
Listen, as we sit today, mate, I'm going to say that's arguably our goalkeeper and our back four.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yes, and then so I'm seeing it as a back four. Yes.
Yep, I agree.
And then when I'm looking at, we've got 3 midfield players and 3 forward players. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but how does that work out with Shankland and Chermiti? Because that suggests that they're playing as 2 up top. I don't know your take on it.
Typically, Derek McInnes sets up in a 4-4-2 Ox, so it wouldn't surprise me if you find Diamondi out on the left midfield and Curtis out on the right, with Shankland and Chermiti up top, and obviously Tochi and Neil in the middle.
That's fair, mate. That's a possibility. I'm just looking at the players and how we know them. I've never really seen. I know that Diamondi came as they played wide left in the past, but I've never really seen him, if you like, as a guy that puts crosses in. In fact, sometimes he does look as if he can get the ball in it.
No, he doesn't. We've touched on that since he's been here, particularly in that final third. We've seen him score some good goals from outside the box, but his passing, distribution in a wide area is sometimes questionable. He's got the skills to play out wide Ox, and he's got a bit of energy about him, so it will be interesting to see how it sets up. But to me, on paper, looking at it, I think it's still a 4-4-2. But you never know. You might tinker and play about with it. That's what these games are for. Try and find a chemistry and a shape that works for the benefit of the team.
Aye, that's fair, mate. That's fair. So, we'll get all right. We'll go with the 4-4-2, mate. Because when you play the two, it looks as if the two of them's playing up front. New partnership, good blend there. Good blend there. And arguably, for some people, that would be our first two starting strikers as we sit today. So you've got the back four and maybe the first choice two forwards. Is that fair?
I'd say so as we sit today, mate. I think that's fair. Just that middle bit needs to be finalised, which you never know. We might hear some news this evening.
You never know, mate. You never know. I've seen people been out with their cameras, official. Listen, people join us all the time. He's a teammate, and then we'll get the phone lines opened.
Certainly, mate. Tonight's team is Pandur, McCrory, Fernandez, Godfrey, Romans, Chukwani, Neil, Diamondi, Curtis, Shankland and Chamiti. Substitutes are Kelly, Maguire, Asgard, Bairami, Cameron, Devlin, Antman, Enciala, Nadiri, Sterling, Kisama, Miovski, Hutton, McCausland and Incio.
Right, okay, mate. Obviously, I think you're going to get maybe pretty much two teams, mate. It might even be two teams, a half each, yeah? That's fair, isn't it? That's a possibility, yeah?
I think so. I think you maybe see a lot of maybe the first choice players who's going to play next Friday play up to an hour, if I'm being honest, because I think you're well into the pre-season stage. Energy levels will be high, match sharpness maybe a bit rusty, but I expect a core of that squad to last at least an hour.
So we're then talking about possibly the six we talked about, plus the goalkeeper, and how he's seen the midfield, yeah? All right, get it, mate. I get it. Possibility, mate. But well, I suppose there's only 5 days between the Sunday and the Friday, mate, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's difficult, mate, because you need to ramp it down with rest and then build it up. To get it, it's always quite a difficult thing pre-season, you know, and it's no one size fits all, yeah?
It is, but you heard Derek McInnes speaking at the interview with Sky a couple of weeks ago, before they went out to Spain, that the fitness was all about the whole season, not just getting fit for that first game. That first game is a crucial one in terms of getting off to a good start, but you want to be fit from the get-go. And for a long time, we have not been fit enough to last the full season. So as much as all focus will be on the first game, I think the team have been working hard behind the scenes to be really fit and ready and have a proper go at this season.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Teammate, and then we're going to hear from the gaffer, Derek McInnes, quickly, mate. So give us a team, and then we'll hear from the gaffer, and I'll get your thoughts after we hear from him. Yes?
Certainly, mate. You want just the starting lineup, or you want the full squad again?
He's the starting lineup, mate. I've got my working one. Yeah.
Aye, exactly. Pandur, McCrory, Fernandez, Godfrey, Romans, Chukwani, Neil, Diamondi, Curtis, Shankland and Chermiti.
Let's hear for the gaffer, Derek McInnes.
Derek, another pre-season friendly tonight against St Étienne. What are you hoping to get out of this one?
Well, obviously, it's a step towards, again, Dundee United next week. I think through every pre-season game, you just want to get that element of extra fitness, that extra kind of combination of play and rhythm into your game. I think the players, nobody's going to be perfect at this stage of the season, but I think it's important that they take the responsibility to be as good as they can be. And like everything else, you want to win the game. The most important thing is coming through the game without any injuries. Because obviously we want to be as strong as we can for that first game proper. But we also want the players to take a step forward and say to themselves, look, I want to be in that team for next Friday night against Dundee United, and every day will get an opportunity in these pre-season games. So it's obviously against a good level opponent. We're at home though, we want to make sure we go and enjoy the night's work, and we'll only enjoy it by working hard and hopefully winning the game.
Yeah, on the opponent, there's obviously been a few behind closed doors games as well. This is the first one in front of the crowd, but how important is that variety tonight and to get that challenge from St Étienne too?
Yeah, a different type of game that you would maybe face ordinarily, very technical as well. You know, they flip between two different shapes a lot of the time as well, so obviously we will not really know until the game starts properly, but new manager, want to implement his ideas, and I think what they will do is try and fill the middle of the pitch, try and be dominate the ball as much as they can, and it's up to us to make sure that teams when they come here don't get it all their own way. There'll be times where we can't always get after them, but it's important that we try and impose ourselves in the game, particularly at Ibrox. But I'd like the supporters to see the team in a wee flavour of what we're trying to be this season. And, you know, we've obviously still tried to bring a couple of players in to the squad. But while we've been working with the squad we've got currently, they've been working really hard. We've put an extra bit of demand on them. But hopefully tonight is a game where, you know, it's a break from the training. They've worked hard up until this point. It's over 3 weeks' work now, and go and enjoy playing at Ibrox.
Just lastly, just for you personally, it's obviously a huge night the first time you're in the dugout as Rangers manager. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, well, I think it's well documented how special that is. You know, I think it's nice to have those little moments to reflect, but I'm more concerned about making sure the team's right, and you know, I'm well aware of my responsibility here at the club to try and drive the whole thing forward. So I'm just looking for a good performance tonight, hopefully a good result, no injuries, and then maybe we can reflect and enjoy it a wee bit more after the game.
Thanks for that, Fox. Robert, it just feels a different fix. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get 1-5-0 tonight, or we might be as ragged as we were last season, but it just feels a better fit.
It does. I think that's always going to be the case when you've got a manager who's in that knows the Scottish game, is a boyhood fan as well. I think that can obviously adds to it. And the expectation and demand is as big as it's ever been. And Derek McInnes, as I said, as a supporter first and foremost, before a manager, will feel it immensely. But he's right in what he says. It's not about him tonight as much as it's a great privilege and an emotional moment for him. His focus is on getting that performance. Understandably, we're not there at the minute where he wants us to be because it's still pre-season. But already you can start to sense the demand, the intensity is much bigger than what it was previous seasons.
Aye. So, as well as Derek McInnes making his debut at Ibrox as Rangers manager, you get Pandor, McCrory coming back, Godfrey, Neil, Shanklin. Yeah. Some of them on the Ibrox is new to them, but this is him. It's half a team, mate. And they look as if they five them name, mate. Look as if they could be first team players, mate.
I think that's what they've been brought in to be, Ox. I think we've said it over a number of seasons and many shows that when a player comes in, you want them to be a first team player. But on paper, looking at them, the reasons they've signed them, they're not there to fill a gap or take a squad depth position. They're guys that are in to start. Shankland, as we know, knows the league, he knows where the goal is, always been rumoured. People say it's about time, it's been years in the making. Some might say it's too late, others might say it should have happened a long time ago. But the likes of, as you say, Pandor, good couple of seasons at Hull City, McCrory, knows already the environment, the expectation, demand. Godfrey, I think a lot of people will be keen to see what he can offer. He's got that experience from down at Everton. Can he kind of reignite himself here? We've got the platform to give him it. What can he bring? And of course, Dan Neil spent a lot of years at Sunderland, captained them through the playoffs and the championships up to the Premier League. So although he's 24, another vastly experienced player. So there'll be a lot of focus on the new guys to see what they can add, and are they better quality than what we've had? And that's ultimately what the aim is, to bring players in that add quality and improve the squad as first team starters.
Listen, mate, you might not be as good a player as the guy you're replacing individually, but if your jigsaw piece is a better fit into the jigsaw than the other guy, mate, you make us a better team, and that's what the game's about.
It is, I think, over the seasons, also, you could say that we've had good individuals, but when could you say we've had a real good team? You'd maybe talking a good few years ago now. So as much as individual quality signs.
4 years ago?
Aye. arguably. So you might have a good individual player in a defence line or a midfield or a striker, but does it all click together? It's not. That's why we've been trophyless for a number of seasons. So you need to be, as you say, get players in that show the quality, but they all click together and make that jigsaw a successful winning Rangers side.
Aye, I wish them all the best, particularly the guys making their debut. I'm really looking forward to seeing the goalkeeper, mate. I won't read too much into it, but just you only get one first impression, mate. I think it was the right thing to do. And I'm not having a go at Jack Butland. Ultimately, Jack did some man of the match performances for us, regular. Then in big games, people will argue that he flopped regular as well. So it was a sort of hit and miss at times, mate. So I think that was the right thing to do for all parties, mate.
I think it makes financial sense and it makes kind of rebuilding sense from a footballing aspect. You're bringing in a younger keeper who has won awards as an individual and helped Hull City get promoted to the Premier League. So it did make a lot of sense to move Jack on and bring in a keeper who is younger. I know you signed a 4-year deal, but I think he's 26. So you could get the full contract out of him. And let's hope we don't have to speak about him too much, because it means that the defence is doing their job first and foremost. And when you're talking about him, he's come up with some top draw saves. He only came to the club to train on Monday, I believe, Ox, after the World Cup. He got a break, been in on Monday and Tuesday training. And he's in from the get-go because the game is next Friday and he's your number one.
Aye. Listen, he's no far away for 10 years younger than Butland. He'll be on less money than Butland, mate, I would imagine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there's that positive. And I think it was time for Jack, and that's not me being unkind, mate. Yeah, so hopefully you're right. We're not talking about him because we're talking about Shankland and Chermette.
Exactly. You don't want. We spoke too many times about the frailties in defence in the goalkeeping department last season in particular, and the lack of goal scoring and creating chances at times over the piece. So now you want to go and speak about your forwards, your attacking players, your wingers, your midfield, how they control a game. If you're not speaking about your defence, then you've done the game. You're not going to get the perfect game. If you get the perfect game, then nobody ever wins the game. But you don't want to be speaking about your back line as often as we have. That's certainly the case.
Aye. We'll see. I wish them all the best of luck. Wish you the two Rangers supporters in the team that are coming. One making their debut and one as a Rangers player and one coming back. Ross McCrory. I wish them the best of luck. It'll be interesting to see how the boy Godfrey does. You know, it's really interesting. Anyway, we've been joined by Ross. Evening, Ross.
All right, brother.
How you doing, mate? What's on your mind? New season?
What's on my mind? I want this place rocking tonight, mate. I know it's just a friendly, but I want this place absolutely rocking tonight.
I can't see it, mate. I can't see it. I think it'll be gentle applause and we'll stand up and cheer a wee bit when we get a goal. I think it'll be a slow build up, yeah. But I hope that it leads to the place rocking, mate, when everybody leaves with enthusiasm and looking forward to the next game, Sunday, where it could be rocking against West Ham. Robert?
Hi, evening, Joe. Forgot your name, Ross. Sorry, mate. It's been a long time, Ross. Evening, Ross. I don't think it'll be rocking, mate, just because it is still a pre-season friendly. You'll have a good atmosphere. I think there'll be a good crowd in, and as it is the friendly, you'll cheer the goals, but you won't celebrate them possibly as much as it would be in a league game. But as Ox says, as long as you come away happy, you say it was a good performance. Certain players might stand out. Some of the new guys, you might come away and go, well, he looks good. Again, it's early days for all the players that have signed, but as long as we come away with a win and a good performance, I think that'll please a lot of people. And then the focus goes to Sunday, and before you know it, league business starts, mate.
I just hope, mate, honestly, I know it maybe not be rocking tonight, but I just want no boys, no fighting, no nothing. Let's just have a good night, sun's out. Let's just welcome Derek McInnes, give him a big welcome to Ibrox, and let's just go on with the football.
You're here, Ross. I mean, Derek deserves his welcome for a couple of minutes about him, and then it's about him going to work, mate, and organising the team. Is there any new players that's exciting you, Ross?
Aye, definitely. Me, Shankland. Shankland, if you're listening, let's go for this ball tonight, Shankland, and I want to see you score maybe 2 or 3 or 4. Let's get this go on. Let's go for it. I know it's a friendly, but let's go for it, Shankland.
He's no greedy. Robert?
I love the optimism, Ross. I love the optimism, mate. No, Shankland will be one to watch, as will any of the new players. They want to see how they perform and what they can bring to the squad. And of course, Shankland will get a lot of attention because, as we said earlier in the show, he should have been at the club a number of years ago, arguably. So he's a boyhood fan. He'll cherish the moment. He'll love putting on that jersey. He's wore the captain armband already out in Spain for pre-season games. He'll enjoy it. And if he can get off to a goal or 2 goals a night, then that will set him up good. And you want your strikers to be scoring goals. You've got him and Chamiti tonight. You've got Nadiri and Miovski on the bench. There's goals in that forward line, Ross. It's about how we get the combination, who works well with who. Shankland and Chamiti, they're both tall guys. Chamiti can finish. Sometimes he fluffs it a couple of times first, but he'll still finish. Shankland is proving it. So can we get the balance with the two? You'll see changes, but it's an interesting one. We're looking forward to it, that's for sure.
So what do you think yourselves?
Listen, I would take a clean sheet, which I think would be good, mate. And if we could score a goal in each half, you're just looking for patterns of play, and there's going to be a lot of changes. And then if you want to go up, mate, it can be about keep the ball and just keep moving. It's about, you've got to remember, mate, it's no competitive, but you don't want the shambles at the back that we had last year when get everybody on a downer. Robert?
I think I said it on the show last week, mate, that a result in a pre-season game is secondary for me. I think it's about, as you say, seeing the combinations, seeing the partnerships, the link-ups, the system that he's trying to implement. That's what you come away talking about after the game. That looked well. Could we work on that? If we get a clean sheet, then it's a good start for the defence. That's the area that we've spoke about most of last season. We still need bodies in there, but it'll be a good start for the team and a good confidence booster to get them going into the season as well.
Can I just come back in there? All I want to say is, come on, Derek McInnes, let's go Glasgow Rangers.
Right, there's a club statement about what happened the day with Derek. I think we'll leave it, Robert, and we'll maybe look at it after the match. Obviously, people will pick it up, and maybe once we've maybe talked about it, the match for half an hour after the game, we can maybe move on. You all right with that? But there is a club statement. Basically, just anybody who maybe can't get to read it, the club are appealing, so we'll take it from there, yeah?
Right, that's fine.
Robert? No? Robert? I think I lost him.
Robert's away his bed.
Aye, it is late for him, mate. It is late.
Right, cheers for having us on, guys. And I say, let's go Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah, and hopefully you get your way, mate. And Shankland does score 1, 2, 3, and 4.
If it doesn't, I'll be back on tomorrow, bro.
All
yeah,
right,
bro. Come on, Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah. So as I just said there, we're going to appeal the decision that was made today, and rightly so, in my opinion. Rightly so, yeah. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I can imagine that somebody else saying the same words would have been treated like Derek McInnes, doesn't matter who was the manager. So the club will appeal. We'll leave it. We'll read the statement after the game. Maybe once we're finished talking about the football, if that's all right with Robert.
Yeah, certainly, mate. Apologies for that. Modern day technology as always.
That's all right. So who are you looking forward to seeing, mate?
Of course, obviously looking forward to seeing the new signings, as we said. I think you want to see what they can bring to the squad. And it's a fresh start for the players that have been there as well, mate. So collectively, looking forward to everybody to see what they can contribute, see how well they work in partnerships. You're going to see some changes throughout the game, I'm sure. And it'll be interesting to see who works well with who. And as I said, try and get that balance. Because I think we've touched on it last week in the show. We're not going to have the preferred starting 11 until way into the league season starting, because when the window shuts. So looking forward to everybody, mate. Godfrey is an interesting one, obviously being a lone player with that option to buy, but given the captain's armband, I don't mind that too much, Ox. I think Dan Neil's wore it, Shanklin's wore it, and now Godfrey's got a chance. So McInnes trusts him enough to give them the armband. Now it's about how they handle that pressure on the pitch. I know it's a friendly, but you still want to see them being vocal, organising the team. And I think that's what McInnes is doing in these games, seeing who can handle the weight of the armband before making a decision on who is his captain going into league games.
Unless the captain know the club, mate.
Well, that's another possibility, is seeing who's there as backup, because you always need a vice captain. I don't think we need this leadership group as we've heard for a number of years. I don't think we need that. McInnes has said he wants a team of captains.
Obviously,
and
didn't work,
certainly
bro.
will build it.
Obviously, didn't work, yeah.
No, it didn't. It didn't work. And I think that's why you need to scrap it. But you look at the signings, Dan Neil being a captain, Shankland being a captain, Dragojevic and Pendon being a captain. So he's building a team of leaders. Andrew Kerner said we lacked it at the end of the season. We lacked leadership. So we've addressed that issue by bringing in these players that have had the experience of being a captain. I don't think a team with one or two captains is good. When you've got a good squad there who can all show that they can carry the armband, I think that goes in your favour.
Aye, I get it, mate. And I just want to touch on Chermiti, mate. Chermiti with new signings, right? Chermiti, when he came in last summer, when we seen him, and if I'm being honest, mate, up until Christmas time, what a waste of money. But if you take it for that Old Firm game, arguably at the end of the season, he was our best player, arguably, mate, yeah?
Aye, certainly it was a slow burner, Ox. I think he came to the club with obviously the fee, I think, had a massive impact on the pressure right away. There's already pressure when you come to the club as a striker at Rangers. You're going to be judged on your performances and your goals. And when you're not doing them, you're going to be looked at. But when you've got that added weight of that transfer fee, it just adds to it. So I think he took time to settle in and bed in, found some form, scored some terrific goals. There's still things he needs to work on. He's not the finished article, but you can see he's got the quality and attributes. With Shankland beside him, or another striker, could it be Nadiri, Miovski, whoever, could he work better as a two? And I think he will, because he's got less ground to cover. He can be in the right positions at the right time. So again, could we see another side of Chermiti that we've not seen yet, although we've seen a few last season?
Oh, we've definitely seen two sides of him, mate, yeah? Definitely. You know, and I wish him all the best.
Night and day.
A point I'm trying to make is that obviously we'll critique the first impressions. We might see somebody and they might know of a good game, and that happens. And hopefully we'll say after the game, Mr. A, we didn't think he had a good game, but it doesn't mean they're not going to work long term, mate. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think, as we said, you can see a player, and sometimes we can be too quick to judge and say they're not going to make it. Ourselves included, looked at him and thought, how's this going to work? How's this going to pan out? And he went and corrected a few doubters. He still gets stuff to add to his game, but you're never going to see the finalised player until they're really settled in, where they've got the right players about them as well. He never got a lot of service last year. I mean, he did. Either tucked a goal away or he fluffed his lines. Once he cleans that up, he's got constant service as well. Again, that's when you maybe see the best of Chermiti.
Yeah, you've got to remember, he was a young lad, mate. Yeah, we've got a wee bit more experience coming in with Shankland, McCrory, Neil, yeah? Godfrey.
Yep, as I said, some players, they just help a player. Might just be these players around him just improve his game as well as the overall team game.
Aye, interesting to see. And are you surprised that Gassama, Ant-Man, yeah, or is this going to be something we'll see a lot? You might have this 4-4-2 and then bang, your pace comes on, mate. Yeah.
It could be. We're never going to know, mate, until the window's shut to see who's in the squad and who's out the squad. Particularly in match days, you can obviously name your substitutes, but wide areas is still an area a lot of people, as much as the defence centrally and at left back, want to see more players come in. We've done good work so far, but those wide areas, they're a problem area. I think we've said that a number of years. could they find a bit of form? Could McInnes get it out of them? Something we've not seen. I know Southside touched on it on Monday night about Antman not feeling that pressure as soon as he came to the club. He's never experienced it before, and then all of a sudden he realises what he's got to play for. As he had his settle-in period, can McInnes get an tune out of him? Or have we not got the wingers at the club yet that we're going to see?
Oh, maybe. Listen, we mentioned them, Ben Godfrey, so if you don't mind, get yourself on mute and let's hear for the big man.
Ben, it's a few weeks now you've been with the squad. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been so easy to settle in. The boys have made me feel welcome, which I've said before, and that's carried on. Enjoyed training every day and obviously the friendly games, and yeah, really looking forward to tonight.
The camp in Spain, how tough was that for the group?
Yeah, it was tough. We put in a lot of hard work. Obviously, a lot of the squad are still gelling. We've got new players, but yeah, fitness-wise, we put in a lot of hard work, double sessions and games under fatigue, and obviously the hot weather makes a difference as well. So tonight, hopefully, that's another step forward, closer to where we need to be for the league. Yeah,
was that important for you, that camp as well, settling in off the pitch, and it is kind of a new group as well?
Yeah, it makes a massive difference. Obviously, you spend a lot of time together in the hotel and in and about the place, so there's plenty of time to get to know each other, which makes a massive difference and can only benefit us, when we step on the pitch.
I think you said when I spoke to you before, you've maybe not had a lengthy pre-season in recent years. How are you finding it fitness-wise now, having this time with the group?
Yeah, I feel so much better. It's something that you don't realise how important it is for your body until you miss a couple. It sort of lays the foundations in your body so you can start the season as strong as you can. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I've enjoyed it, which is that's important for me. I feel ready to go.
A first game at Ibrox tonight as well. How much are you looking forward to getting out there?
Yeah, buzzing about it. Obviously saw the stadium when I signed. Couldn't wait to get on the grass and start playing. So obviously it's going to have a different feel to it compared to the league, which I've heard, with it being a pre-season friendly, but still looking forward to it.
And just in terms of playing St Étienne, how important is it for the group to be challenged by different teams from different leagues at this stage? Yeah,
it's massive. I think when you play against teams from different league, different countries, they all have different playing styles and different qualities, and I think to be exposed to that so early in pre-season is massive. Can do nothing but help us adapt to different styles, which is massively important come the start of the season.
Well, thanks for that, Mr. Fox. Listen, Mr. Fox thinks he sounds like Big Golson, who would like to wish all the best, but I think he sounds more like Tavernier. I'm just actually checking where he's from, Ben Godfrey, yeah, where he's actually been raised. But fair play to the big fella. Wish him all the best, mate. He's had his downtime in the game when he was ill. You could say the same about Golson, and if he's successful, if we were Connor Golson took his wee partnerships with where we were and he signed, if he takes us up the levels that Connor was, we'll be successful as a club, yeah. So wish get Ben on it, and also as Fox, I've got to see a shout out to Connor Golson, who's going through his trials and tribulations. All the best, big man.
Here, mate. Here. I seen his post regarding his heart surgery the other day. Of course, wish him well. He was a true professional when he was at the club. He was always a guy who turned up for his work, and to consider that he went through that first and foremost before coming to the club and then playing the volumes of games he had a standout career. I know a lot of people looked at the contract he was given near the end of the time, but he was a guy who did always turn up for his work. Had his flaws, had his critics, like every player has, but when it comes to his health, then wish him all the best and hopefully he can recover from this again.
Aye. All the best, big Connor. But all the best to Ben Godfrey as well. Yeah, and leading the team out tonight. Could be a permanent fixture. Who knows? But well done. All the sound bits were there. All the usual stuff. I'm just checking where he was born, mate. Let me just see. Yeah, he's near Tav, mate. That's how the accent. There's similarities with where Tav was brought up, yeah?
Yeah, you're not the only one to say that, mate. I think there's been a couple of people online who have said that he looks and sounds like Tavernier. So, if he gives his Tavernier's goals, great. But as long as maybe he doesn't perform and we have to critique him as much as Tav, then That'll be good as well, I suppose. Be interesting to see how long he actually lasts in the game, Ox, as well, because he's obviously got the long COVID issue as well. So where is he in kind of fitness and stamina wise as well going forward throughout a whole season? That may weigh in people's minds that we still need cover there, as much as number wise we do, but also fitness levels.
Obviously, we need another couple because it looks as if Souttar's one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we need at least a couple in there. I know that McCrory and Big Sterling can play there, but is that the way to go, mate? I don't know if it is. Connor Golson. Fox's geography leaves a lot to be desired, mate, and his accents, yeah.
Is he as good as geography as GB?
Oh dear. Tav and Ben come for Yorkshire and Golson comes to the Black Country, Wolverhampton. So good luck with that one, Fox, yeah?
I mean, GB going to the same school.
But to be fair, Fox thinks people from Castlemilk and the West End sound the same.
Maybe on a Friday night.
No, they don't. Ever, mate. Ever. He's going to kill me, yeah?
Aye, not for the first time.
No. Not the first person either. There's a queue, mate. There's a queue. Right, listen, what are you looking for tonight? How you hoping it doesn't go? And how important is it?
Well, first and foremost, I'm hoping for, as I said earlier, a clean sheet would be good to see as well. Give the defence and the goalkeeper confidence going forward. I'm looking mainly for structure, styles of play, partnerships, linking up well, movement on and off the ball, driving forward. Not asking for too much. I know it's a friendly, but you want to see that early days because it gives you a good footnote of what's going to hopefully be coming ahead. So all of that, mate, and of course a result on top of it would be good as well, as much as coming away injury free, because that's another thing we've never had a good run of. We done not bad last season at certain points, but you just want a clean slate going into this opening game against Dundee United on Friday, where you can have a squad there that is worthy of starting and being on the bench as impact players or whatever Derek sees them as. So just looking for a good performance, mate. Just see the early stages looking good, and a result on top of it would complete it.
Look, you can get an injury if it's impact. What I don't want is people pulling up with muscle injuries because they've done A, B, or C's not been done properly. So hopefully we don't get any of that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's part and parcel of the game, but if you don't want to see it.
Aye, somebody maybe bangs your knee, there's nothing you can do about it, you're out for 2 weeks. It's part of the game, right? And it's nobody's fault. But I'm looking for to show that I'm looking forward to seeing the defence, mate, which is unusual. Yeah, I know it's a big part of your team, but I'm looking forward to the defence because of the shambles was last year to see if we look just that bit more solid and more organised, mate, and that'll be a big plus for me.
I can understand that as well, mate. Hopefully the defence isn't tested too much tonight, but you want to see them tested because you want to see how they can handle it and how they can cope. We've seen when Romans came in January, he looked good, but it hadn't been tested. And then when we seen him being tested, he still looked okay. Be interesting to see how he uses the fullbacks as well. Will they be as advanced and attacking as they were previously? Will the wingers tuck in? Will we be narrow? There's a lot to look at tonight, mate, from early stages. I know you can't get ahead of yourself and take it for granted that that's the way it's going to be week in, week out. But as I said earlier, it gives you a good idea of how we're going to play. Can you see that structure? Can you see that system, that setup? And again, who works well with who? There will be changes, I'm sure of it. So it would be good to get minutes in the legs and just have an all-round game where you can come away happy with the performance on Sunday. Another big test.
I would say maybe a step up, even though you could argue West Ham are in the way down because they've been relegated. But I think just because of the league, maybe a slightly step up. But I'm just looking to see that movement. I'm looking forward to seeing Dan Neil as well, mate. Obviously, I've not seen him play again, but we've seen snippets and bits and pieces. But I'm looking forward to see what he's moving at, what he does. I think you might be right, mate. Now that I've thought about it, he might get another somebody like him if he's heading to be our first choice. We're going to say our first choice number 6. Is that what we're saying?
I think so. I think that's safe to say. I think that's where he's predominantly. I know we've brought in and bringing in quite a few midfielders.
That doesn't matter who we sign or if the captains know with the club yet.
No, I think Dan Neil is possibly going to be one of the starters with one other. Who that one other is, I don't know. Whether he's here yet or not, I don't know. But I think Dan Neil will probably play a large number of games for us this season.
Aye. Well, if somebody gets in the team and they're doing well, mate, and they stay in the team because the team's winning, I'm happy with that. Even if one of your favourites is sitting in the stand, mate, yeah.
Of course, it's a benefit of the team, not the individual. We need to remember, as much as they could be a fan favourite or they could light up here a moment, if it benefits the team, them not playing, and the whole team works better, then you've got to go with your strongest and best team. And that might not be your fan favourite. It might be somebody that's came out a bit from the woodwork and suddenly shown that they can do something. And that's better for the benefit of the team, better than for the club. And if that helps us throughout the season, good. But you want that competition as well. It's always healthy.
Aye. And sometimes, I don't know about you, mate, sometimes I felt last year we didn't have competition. Yeah?
Yeah, certainly does, mate. I don't think we had competition and people get too comfortable knowing no matter what performance they would put in one week, they were probably still going to be starting the following week. And I don't think that works well because that's the wrong attitude, the wrong application. You need to be pushed. If somebody's breathing down your neck for a starting position, you need to step it up.
Last word for your good self, mate.
Aye, good to be on, mate. It's good to be back. I know we've had a few shows, but Matchday shows are back, so we're getting closer to being back full time. Again, looking forward to the game. Interesting to see how he does set up on the pitch. Looking forward to new signings and just the occasion for Derek McInnes being at Ibrox as a manager for Rangers for the first time, and the new guys experiencing it as well. Go and have a good night, a good game of football, and the fans will, I'm sure, applaud the performance that you put in the effort, and we'll dissect it after the game.
You hear good luck to Derek McInnes, good luck to our new signings, and good luck to Glasgow Rangers as we start our journey 26-27. Thanks to Robert for doing the show, Ross for joining us, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle with a critique of the match and maybe any other subjects that raise our head. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Blue.
It started down in Flesher's Hall. They didn't even have a bar. Those 4 lads, they gave us all the Rangers we all love. Ibrox home to you and me. Our blue heaven, you will agree. 50,000 flock to see the Rangers we all love. The Saturday comes and the Bears will stroll along, shout and cheer and sing our songs. We don't care win, lose or draw. We're the greatest of them all. In this game they call football, it's Rangers we all love. Come on! Rangers fans the whole world o'er, all the loyal to the core, and support forevermore the Rangers we all love. Oh. The Saturday comes and the Bears will stroll along, shout and cheer and sing our songs. We don't care win, lose or draw. We're the great support forevermore. The